Hello and welcome to day 20 of Vlogmas. Sorry, I started this and the dog come running in to see what I was doing. I meant to come on yesterday, but Luke's gone away for the weekend. Can I help you with anything, Mrs? Luke's gone away for the weekend. That's my son if you haven't been here before, and he's gone to his grandparents. I had the house to myself yesterday. It was quite lovely. I just took the day to chill, clean, and get all the presents out I need to be wrapping. Hang on, I think you might be skew with. I think I need a new tripod, to be honest. So this afternoon, I'm waiting for a parcel to arrive. And then today's afternoon we'll be wrapping presents and seeing what else I can get into. I'm fully recovered from whatever ailed me, so I'm just taking a few days to gently potter around doing what needs doing. And in the past couple of days, I haven't been up to an awful lot. As you can see, we've got the tree up. And oh, I know what I meant to tell you. You see, this is why I should always write things down. Let's find my photos. When I was getting the tree out, or putting the tree up, I wanted to show you some of the decorations that I made in the past because we haven't fully converted them. One of the first ones is the Swedish folded stars. These are made very easily with strips of fabric, and they're folded in on themselves to make a sturdy strip, and all they're done is folded, and I think I pressed them to keep them in place, and they stayed together rather sturdily. This is something like the 4th or 5th year we've had them on the tree, and they've gone in storage, come out of storage. None of them popped, become unfolded or anything. So I was really impressed with how they were holding up. Not a very clear picture, but and it's vanished. Hang on. Where are you? Come here. Not a very clear picture, but you might be able to see. The angel on top of the tree she's like praying. It's a crochet angel I did a couple of years ago. That, of course, is still holding up. And this was probably the first year I started crochet. I did some crochet snowflakes. What I might do after this year is take them off the tree and stiffen them up a bit and give them a bit of a press. Oh, and this one lost its bit to hang it up, but it sits in the tree nicely. It's what they call quilted folded bauble, or well, I don't know what they call them. I had lots of fun doing that. I think it's pinned on, folded and pinned. So that's some of my homemade decorations. Not from this year, obviously, because this year life grounded me. So as I'm going through the pictures, anybody else's cat do this? We went for a walk yesterday and the cat followed us. About 90% of the walk, she came with us. We lost her near the road. It's our local church. Lost her near the road. And this blanket was something else I've been up to, not yesterday, day before, or day before that. This is the Yuletide blanket. I took 24. It was a Yuletide blanket. From what I can work out, it was a 2021 make. And when I was moving things out for the tree and everything, I thought this had gone in with the Christmas stuff in the box underneath. In the boxes in the cupboard underneath the stairs. Harry Potter cupboard. And it hadn't. I found it shoved down behind a sofa on the floor. And I came to the realisation that I hadn't weaved in a single end of this poor thing. I spent so much time as a fairly new crocheter making it, and it was great to make, but I hadn't weaved in then, so I spent 2 evenings watching television and weaving in my ends. I had a thoroughly wonderful time doing it. And now she's ready. So put her out. And this year I make sure she gets put away nicely, not shoved behind the sofa. What else have I been up to? This is really where I should write things down. I've got new notebooks to write things down in for the new year, but we're not in the new year yet. Tea. I'm on herbal mint tea today. I can't drink a lot of milk because of the calories. Something else I started making. I have Kindle Unlimited because the magazines that I read and the amount of books that I read, it's cheaper to get a Kindle Unlimited membership for the magazines than it is to go and buy all those, plus the space they take. And on the Kindle Unlimited bit there, I was looking up something else and I come across this pattern which was free. You can buy it if you want as well. Christmas Gonk crochet pattern by Ellie McSweeney. I think it was £3 something if you didn't get it free with your Kindle Unlimited. And I started. I'm still using, obviously nothing's weaved in yet. I'm still using the Sparkly DK Yarnsmith wool that I did my Christmas stocking in. I'm really sorry, my mind's gone blank. The only problem I had with this pattern so far is it didn't tell you about stuffing the body, and this hat's not quite big enough. I might put an extra row or two on to make it a bit bigger and stitch it on. And I've done the nose, which seems comically large, but it didn't tell you to stuff that either. She doesn't tell you to stuff anything until you get onto the end of finishing the hat, and she said you can stuff and sew if you want, and the legs and arms are only partially stuffed. Sorry, I really need new teeth today. I feel like I'm wearing somebody else's. Mine don't even come out. So I shall see if I can work out what I'm doing with this later. But I stopped last night because it got a bit dark in here and I'm not putting the main light on because I don't know why. I don't like the big lights. That big light is really strong. We usually use the one on the other end. Is anybody else following Sam on By Hook or Needles? Last night she did a lovely... She's doing a reading over the next 4 nights. Last night was night 1. And she's doing a reading of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I love the way she sits and talks and tells the story. And last night I was doing this because I didn't want to deal with small amount of stitches. It's the start of a twisted headband. I went out yesterday and it was freezing on the dog walk. And sorry, one end looked bigger than the other, but I think it's just the colour variations. And it's a pattern by Diving Ducks Crochet. Well, kind of. I adapted it. She'd done it in DK yarn. And you do a circle and you basically do a half double crochet in the back loop. I'll link her below on the tutorial and do it as long as your head and then do the twisted headband join. So I thought I had one more ball of the most of the ball of this left from doing all the beanies I made. I got almost 4 beanies out of the last one. Sian Smith's Nirvana showed 2P10000. It's an Aran weight. So I was doing that last night, and I'll carry on that later on today if I get time. There's something else I wanted to tell you or show you. Can't think. Oh, yes. Back to pictures. Something else I discovered when I got everything out was I hung this on the fireplace the other day. I crocheted this owl a few years ago, and I've never put it up. I really enjoyed making this. I'm not sure if I know where the pattern is now. It's a close up of its face. I did glitter eyes, and it's got a heart button nose, or beak, sorry. It took me ages to go in the shop and decide what button to use for the beak. I'll look it up in my patterns. I know my pattern in my files on my folder on my iPad has the pattern, so I might be able to work out where I got it from there. And it may not be Christmassy, but I like it. It'll probably stay there now. Apart from that, there's not a lot going on here. My plans for the day, as I said, is I'm going to wrap up everything, or start making wrap up of everything. And I also want to make a napkin holder for my paper napkins for the table on my laser engraver or laser cutter, and maybe some napkin rings. If I do, I'll show them to you tomorrow. And I have a t-shirt or two to put HTV onto and put design on. So that's my plans for today. Are you all ready for Christmas? We've got shopping coming tomorrow. Are you coming up to say hello? Come on. There we go. We've got some shopping being delivered tomorrow. And I think then we'll have everything in the house that we need. Because if we haven't got it now, it doesn't arrive tomorrow. That's probably it, which is fine, because Christmas isn't all about how much you've got. It's about who the people you spend it with. So, a big breath out and in. Yep. And I refuse to be panicked. In past years, I would get very stressed that everything had to be perfect. It had to be A-OK, and everybody had to have enough. But it's not about that. It's about being together. As I said, we haven't got Luke here this weekend. He's gone with his dad up to see his grandparents. Those grandparents live in Great Yarmouth. And we always go up in the summer for a week. And Luke wanted to see what it all looked like and what it was like at Christmas time. So in the summer, we asked his grandparents if he could go up. So him and his dad, my other half, have gone up. I've stayed behind with the dog and the cat, and to finish up bits I can do without help. So I'm going to get on. I'm going to let you get on. Thank you for coming to spend time with me today. I know I haven't been super consistent with Vlogmas, but one, sometimes I don't do a lot. Two, sometimes I don't feel like sitting in front of a camera. And three, I know you all understand. I've had a wonderful time watching everybody else's Vlogmas. And I've got to go back and put some comments and hearts on things I've watched on television. And I haven't managed to yet put a heart or a comment. And I'm going to spend some time this afternoon doing that. So whatever's going on, just remember, don't panic. Christmas Day will happen whether we're ready or not. And not having something or not feeling like you've got enough is not the end of the world. Last year I was literally rock bottom broke at Christmas. And Christmas presents were really, really hard. And I said to my granddaughter a couple of months ago, I'm really sorry, you know, last year's presents weren't amazing. And she said, Nana, they were perfect. They were all things that I've used and wanted and were useful. Mum and Dad got me all the big things and you got me all the little things, because I had quite a lot of little things that I'd got over a couple of months. And I loved your presents. I didn't know how much you spent and it didn't matter. And that did put everything in perspective for me, that it's not all about the big flashy stuff, which I kind of knew before, but I still feel like I'm letting people down. This year I've got a totally different attitude. I've not spent as much, but all the gifts are thoughtful. So, as I keep saying, I'm going to let you go get on, and hope your day's a good one. Take care of yourselves, stay happy, keep smiling, and stay crafty. Bye for now.